Hello friends, if you are planning to install a solar system at home, watch this carefully first. After this, things will be much clearer. See, in India, mainly three types of solar systems are installed: on-grid system, off-grid system, and hybrid system. If you understand these, you will know which one is right for your home. Let us first talk about the on-grid system. In this system, solar panels are installed on your rooftop. The power generated by these panels is connected directly to the government electricity supply line, that is the grid. Whatever solar power is generated, your house consumes it first, and if there is extra, it goes back to the grid. Similarly, if solar is not enough, your house automatically uses electricity from the grid. Important point: in on-grid systems, no batteries are used. That's why these systems are the cheapest and most commonly installed. But remember, if there is a power cut from the grid, even though your panels are producing electricity, your house will also go off. This happens due to safety reasons, to protect line workers during outages. Another important point: in on-grid systems, since no battery is used, your electricity bill reduces a lot. Why? Because whatever solar power is generated, your house uses it first. Only if that is not enough, you take power from the grid, and if you produce extra, it goes to the grid through net metering. This can bring your bill down to almost zero, depending on how much power you generate versus how much you consume. So in short, this is a cheapest system, no battery required, uses both solar plus grid electricity smartly. If power cut, no supply in your home. That is how the on-grid system works. Okay, now let us understand the second type, off-grid system. In this system, batteries are used. Solar panels are installed on your roof. Power generated goes into the inverter and charges the batteries. Your house runs on the electricity stored in those batteries. It works somewhat like the inverter battery system we already use at home. For example, when there is a power cut, your inverter runs the lights and fans using the battery. Same logic here, but instead of charging the battery with grid power, the battery is charged with solar power. This system is useful in places where electricity supply is not stable or there are frequent power cuts. But yes, it is costlier than on-grid because batteries add extra expense and also need replacement every few years, generally 5 to 7 years. So in short, this system works even when grid electricity is not there. Good for areas with frequent power cuts. Costly because of batteries. Battery replacement required after some years. Now comes the hybrid system. What is this? It is basically a combination of on-grid and off-grid systems. That's why it is called hybrid. In this setup, like an on-grid system, your panels are connected to the grid. And like an off-grid system, you also have batteries at home. So when solar power is generated, your house uses it first. Extra power can go to the grid, just like on-grid. But if there is a power cut, your house can still run because the batteries supply backup. That's why hybrid is often called the best option for homes. You get the benefit of lower electricity bills, plus the peace of mind that your lights and fans will keep working even in a power cut. Of course, the cost is higher than both on-grid and off-grid because you are installing batteries along with all the equipment. So now you know on-grid is the cheapest, no battery, best for saving on bills, but stops in power cut. Off-grid works in power cuts, but costly because of batteries. Hybrid is mix of both, gives you savings plus backup, but is the most expensive. At the end, you can decide based on your house needs which one is best for you. Now let us talk about the cost of installing a solar system. Suppose you want to install a 1 kilowatt system, how much will it cost, all included? For a 1 kilowatt system, the total cost usually comes to around 70,000 to 90,000 rupees. This includes the panels, inverter, wiring, structure, installation, everything. The cost can vary a little depending on the brand of equipment you choose, transportation charges, if you add some extra material or accessories. So, roughly you can keep 70,000 to 90,000 rupees in mind for 1 kilowatt. Now here is the good news. In India, the government is giving subsidy for residential rooftop solar. Currently, under the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, the subsidy for a 1 kilowatt system is around 30,000 to 40,000 rupees, varies slightly by state and discom. So if your system cost was 70,000 to 90,000 rupees, after subsidy you will actually spend only about 40,000 to 55,000 rupees. This is why right now is a great opportunity to install solar, because with subsidy support your upfront cost becomes much lower. Now let us talk about the cost if you install 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt solar systems. For a 2 kilowatt system, the cost usually comes to around 1.2 lakh to 1.6 lakh rupees, depending on whether it is on-grid or off-grid. On-grid is cheaper because there are no batteries, so it will be closer to 1.2 to 1.3 lakh rupees. Off-grid is costlier since you need batteries, so it comes to around 1.5 to 1.6 lakh rupees. Now, with government subsidy, you get roughly 60,000 rupees subsidy for a 2 kilowatt system. So, after subsidy, your final cost comes down to about 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees. For a 3 kilowatt system, the cost is higher, around 1.8 lakh to 2.3 lakh rupees. Full package, panels, inverter, installation, everything included. Here the subsidy is about 78,000 rupees. So your final cost after subsidy will be around 1.2 lakh to 1.5 lakh rupees. This is the best part about solar in India right now. Because of subsidy, your upfront cost reduces a lot, making it much more affordable. So to quickly summarize, 2 kilowatt system costs 1.2 to 1.6 lakh rupees and after subsidy 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees. 3 kilowatt system costs 1.8 to 2.3 lakh rupees and after subsidy 1.2 to 1.5 lakh rupees. Now let us talk about a very common question. Should you install 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt in your house? See, the size of the system depends on how much electricity your house uses every month. A 1 kilowatt system produces about 4 to 5 units of electricity per day. That means roughly 120 to 150 units per month. So the first thing you should check is what is your current electricity bill? Because from the bill you can easily estimate how many units you are consuming every month. Here is a simple thumb rule. If your monthly bill is around 1500 rupees, which usually means about 120 to 150 units, then you will need around 1.5 kilowatt. In that case, better install a 2 kilowatt system. If your monthly bill is around 2500 rupees, that is roughly 200 to 250 units, then you will need 2 to 3 kilowatt system. And if your bill is 4000 rupees or more, then you will need a 4 to 5 kilowatt system. So instead of guessing based on the size of your house, 1 BHK, 2 BHK, the better way is to simply look at your electricity bill, because that shows your exact consumption. In short, check your monthly bill, calculate your average monthly units, then match it with the solar system capacity. Now if you don't want to calculate based on your electricity bill, here is another simple way to decide. Let us take the 1 kilowatt system we were talking about. This system produces about 4 to 5 units of electricity per day. If your house is 1 BHK or 2 BHK, this is enough to run 3 to 4 fans, 5 to 6 LED lights and 1 TV. You can run all of these for around 4 to 5 hours in a day. If you use them wisely, one after another, not all at the same time. But there is one important thing. It depends on your inverter capacity. Inverters come in VA ratings like 1000 VA, 1350 VA, 1500 VA and 2000 VA. This tells you how much load your inverter can handle at a time. If you want to run all items in your house smoothly, fans, lights, TV, you should get an inverter of at least 1500 VA. If your inverter is smaller than the load, some appliances may not work properly at the same time. So, for a 1 kW solar, use 1350 to 1500 VA inverter. You can run 4 to 5 fans, 5 to 6 LED lights and TV. With careful usage, everything will run for a few hours and you will get the most out of your solar system. This is how you can match your solar capacity with the inverter to make sure your house runs smoothly. Now let us talk about the 2 kW solar system. Who should install it? This system is suitable for 2 BHK or 3 BHK houses. A 2 kW system produces about 8 to 10 units of electricity per day. What can you run with this? Fridge, washing machine, mixer, lights, fans and TV. Basically, most of your household appliances can run with a 2 kW system. But remember, how much you can actually run depends on two things. One, inverter capacity. For a 2 kW system, you should have at least 2000 VA inverter. This ensures that all appliances can run smoothly at the same time. Number 2, battery capacity. For off-grid or hybrid systems, you need enough battery storage to keep your house running during power cuts. Usually 2 to 3 batteries of 150 to 200 Ah each are sufficient, depending on your daily usage. I will make another video explaining exactly which inverter and battery setup to choose for different systems. For now, just understand that a 2 kW solar system can handle most appliances in a 2 to 3 BHK house, as long as the inverter and batteries are sized properly. Now let us talk about the 3 kW solar system, the biggest option for homes. A 3 kW system can produce about 12 to 15 units of electricity per day, assuming you get good sunlight. On cloudy days, it will produce a little less. What can you run with this system? 1 ton AC, fridge, TV, geyser for limited usage, and other household appliances, but not everything at the same time, because the daily electricity generation is 12 to 15 units. To use it properly, you need number 1, a good inverter, at least 2000 VA, so all appliances can run smoothly. Number 2, enough battery storage, usually 3 to 4 batteries, 150 to 200 Ah each, if you want backup during power cuts. This way, you can understand which system 1 kW, 2 kW or 3 kW will suit your house best. Now a few important points about warranty and maintenance. Solar panels 25 years warranty. Batteries 5 to 7 years warranty. Inverters 8 to 10 years warranty. So overall, if installed properly, your solar system can run 8 to 10 years with minimal maintenance. Now let us talk about the best solar brands in India, the ones you should consider when installing a system. First rule, always go for branded, reliable companies. Don't install cheap or local panels and inverters. They may not last long and could cause problems later. Here are some of the top brands. Tata Power Solar, one of the best. You can get panels, inverters and batteries from them. Luminous Solar, very good. They provide complete solutions including panels, batteries and inverters. Vikram Solar, reliable and widely used. Adani Solar, another strong brand for panels. Microtech, good for inverters and solar solutions. Jackson, reliable for panels and inverters. Apart from these, there are a few other brands you can consider too. The main point is, always go for a branded company. It ensures better quality, longer warranty, and proper after-sales support. Now let us talk about which type of solar panels are best to install today. The best option right now is the bifacial solar panel. Why? Because these panels can produce electricity from both sides. The front side produces electricity when sunlight falls directly. The back side produces electricity from sunlight reflected off the ground. This makes them more efficient than regular panels, but they are a little more expensive. Other good options: N-type panels, also called half-cut panels, very efficient and reliable. Monocrystalline panels, also good quality and efficient. Avoid P-type panels, this is older technology and less efficient. So, in short, best today is bifacial panels. Very good N-type, half-cut or monocrystalline. Avoid P-type panels. I have explained everything step by step, so now you have a clear idea about types of solar systems, how to choose 1 kW, 2 kW or 3 kW, inverter and battery requirements, cost and subsidies, best brands and panel types. If you still have any questions, comment below. I will make another video explaining in more detail. Now, which solar system would you choose for your home? On-grid, off-grid or hybrid? Comment below and tell me why. I am curious to see your choice. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.